So, we talk a ton about mental health, right? But what does it actually look like to manage it day in, day out? Today, we're going to build a practical mental wellness toolkit. Think of it as a set of simple but really powerful strategies you can pull out anytime you need to handle stress, calm anxiety, and just feel better. So, here's the game plan. We're going to start by tackling the modern stress challenge, what we're all up against. Then we'll dive into that crucial link between your mind and your body. From there, we'll start stocking our toolkit. We've got tricks for calming your body, reframing your mind, and shoring up those lifestyle foundations. And to wrap it all up, we'll put it all together so you can build your own personal resilience plan. All right, let's jump right in with the challenge. It's no secret that modern life can be, pretty stressful. And the very first step is just to get a handle on what we're actually feeling. Who hasn't felt this way? That feeling of being completely overwhelmed, pulled in a million directions. Your mind just won't shut off. Maybe there's this sense of dread you can't quite put your finger on. If any of that sounds familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone. See, the thing about anxiety is it's not just one thing. It's more like a whole storm of symptoms. You've got the physical stuff, like muscle aches or a dry mouth. And then you have the mental side, poor concentration, feeling irritable. The key is recognizing that these are all connected. That's really the first step to getting a handle on them. So why does our body freak out like that? Well, it all comes down to our fight or flight response. Think of it like this ancient built-in alarm system. When your brain senses danger, and it doesn't care if it's a saber-toothed tiger or an overflowing email inbox, it hits the panic button and floods your body with adrenaline. Your heart starts pounding, your muscles get tense. It's literally your body just trying to get you ready to fight or run for your life. But here's the thing. This isn't just a physical reaction. There's this incredibly powerful, inseparable connection between what's going on in your mind and how your body feels. And this brings us to a really core idea from something called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT for short. It's actually pretty simple, but it's profound. The idea is that your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors, they aren't separate events. They're all tangled up in this connected loop, where each one directly influences the others. Now, why is this so revolutionary? Because it means if you can change just one part of that loop, say an unhelpful thought, you can actually change the entire cycle. It gives you a lever to pull, a way to intervene. Here's that connection in action, and it's a perfect example. Let's look at the vicious cycle of panic. It can kick off with something super simple, like your heart beating a little faster. But then a thought pops into your head. Whoa, what's wrong with me? That thought alone fuels more anxiety, which, you guessed it, makes the physical symptoms even worse. Before you know it, you're caught in this escalating spiral, and it's all driven by how your mind decided to interpret a totally normal physical sensation. Okay. So if that internal alarm system is going off, our first tool needs to be a way to manually turn down the volume. This part of our toolkit is all about techniques to calm your body directly. And honestly, the simplest and most powerful tool you have, it's your own breath. Breathwork is just the practice of consciously controlling your breathing. It's like a direct phone line to your nervous system, allowing you to literally shift yourself out of that fight or flight mode and into a state of calm. And this isn't just some feel-good idea. The science absolutely backs this up. Study after study shows that consistent breathwork can lower your perceived stress. It can literally reduce stress hormones like cortisol. It improves your heart function, and it gives your mood a real boost. It's a ridiculously simple practice with a huge, huge physical payoff. You know what? Let's try one right now. It's super simple. You're going to inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Then gently hold it for 4, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. That longer exhale, that's the magic trick. It's what tells your body it's safe to relax. Just doing this for a minute or two can make a world of difference. Go on, try it. All right, so we've got a tool to calm the body. But what about the other side of that cycle, our thoughts? So for the next part of our toolkit, we're focusing on how to reframe your mind. A fantastic tool for this is journaling. The simple act of writing your thoughts down gets them out of that chaotic mess inside your head. It creates a little bit of distance, a bit of clarity, and it lets you observe your thoughts instead of just being swept away by them. And there are so many ways to do this. There's no right or wrong way. You could try a gratitude journal. Just listing 3 things you're grateful for each day actually retrains your brain to look for the positive. Or maybe an emotional release journal where you just get it all out, write about your frustrations to process them. Or if you're feeling cluttered, a bullet journal can be amazing for just organizing your thoughts and to-do lists to clear up some of that mental space. Now, as you're journaling, you might start to notice some patterns. In CBT, they call these negative automatic thoughts, or NATs for short. You know the ones. They're those instant, knee jerk, unhelpful thoughts that pop up, like, I'm going to totally bomb this, or everyone in this room thinks I'm an idiot. They feel so true in the moment, but they're rarely the full, accurate picture. So the goal isn't to ignore these thoughts, but to challenge them. Let's take an example. The automatic thought might be, everyone hates me. It's extreme, it's all or nothing. A balanced thought, on the other hand, looks for the evidence. It sounds more like, okay, maybe John doesn't seem to like me, but plenty of other people are friendly towards me. Do you see the difference there? This isn't about so-called toxic positivity and pretending everything's perfect. It's just about finding a more realistic, balanced perspective. Our final set of tools is all about the foundations, the things that build up our mental resilience day by day. We're talking about our lifestyle habits, especially what we eat and how we sleep. Let's start with food, which is huge. And this is pretty cool. Fresh research from a big 2024 review confirms that healthy eating patterns, like the Mediterranean diet, have a measurable positive effect on our stress levels and mood. So yeah, what's on your plate really does impact what's going on in your head. So what does that actually look like on your plate? Well, you're thinking nutrient-dense, whole foods. Diets like the Mediterranean or the Nordic are fantastic models. And if you want to get specific, foods that are rich in magnesium are a game changer for your nervous system. We're talking about things like leafy greens, nuts and seeds, avocado, and, get this, even a little bit of good quality dark chocolate. And then there's sleep. Oh man, sleep is like the ultimate reset button for your brain. Good sleep habits are just non-negotiable for mental wellness. This means having a consistent sleep schedule, yep, even on weekends. It means keeping screens out of the bedroom because that blue light is no joke. And here's a big one. If you can't fall asleep after, say, 15 minutes, just get up. Go do something relaxing in another room until you actually feel sleepy again. Tossing and turning just creates more anxiety. Okay, so we have our tools for the body, tools for the mind, and our lifestyle foundations. The final crucial step is to build your own personal resilience plan. And a fantastic way to do this is by using SMART goals. I'm sure you've heard of this. Instead of a vague goal like, I'm going to be less stressed, you make it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So for example, I will do that breathing exercise for 2 minutes every single morning this week. See how that turns a fuzzy wish into a concrete, actionable plan? And that brings us right here to the final question. Looking at everything we've covered today, the breath work, the journaling, the food, the sleep, what's the one small, specific first step you are going to take? What's the very first tool you'll add to your toolkit, starting right now?